It's live.
Yes, we is life. All right, let me just check. Oh, it's gonna tell me if there's a problem. Let me share my Discord. Where is Discord? There it is. All right. All right.
All right. All right.
Yeah. All right, so Discord is currently being shared. So we're good with that. Let's go find our our victims. Let me copy the list. I have a list of topic debates. There it is. So got it. Let me go to Discord and let them know what I want to debate. So there it is. Uh, anyway, so hi. Uh, uh, anyone wants to debate? I have 1 hour. S-
Woke mind virus.
Right, I renamed it. So now it's the woke mind virus is the zombie mob virus and is just the latest iteration of the Salem witch trials zombie mob virus and is a great filter solution to the Fermi paradox. So,
Very nice.
what?
Very, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. All right, so let's throw it here. Vegan cult. Let's splash it here. KFC splash. Score debates. Splash. Moxie server. Splash. Washington D.C. I don't. I still don't have access. I mean, even though they did. What do you call it? They verified me. I'm verified. I'm like I show up in the verification, or do I? Can I get verified? Let me see. Can I get verified? Anyway, and oh, Carefree Cafe. I have a mention. How do you find mentions? I don't know how to find mentions. Like new mention, you click it, and where's the mention? Anyway, I'm gonna splash it here. Let's look for mention me. So debate general. Anyway, debate general. What does that even mean? Debate general. Is there a place called debate general? I don't know. Anyway, there's dog. What is that? That's probably a private message. Echo chamber. Let's join their server. Hi. Okay, now we need to wait. Nothing going on here. Well, this I posted it in climate change. I need to post it in each one. Geopolitics, religion, healthcare, abortion. Isn't there like the one that rules them all? I need to specify which topic. Discussion room. Wait, when is it? 1 p.m. Sunday. Got it. Gotcha. So, where are we? We're in debates. So, I don't know what to do. I don't want to spam each topic. Conspiracy, predictions, set your role, debate awards, bots, schmots. Anyway, Mr. Uncomfortable, you got something to say? Maybe I can debate you. I
Yeah.
mean,
In the meantime, let's talk about the woke mind virus.
yes, yes.
And, in
So,
particular, I want to hear about the impact that Alex had on your life.
yes, I keep thinking about Alex. Wait, somebody just made a noise. I just heard a sound, another sound here. Let's see. Nice time making more and more outrageous claims in the desperate hopes that someone will bother giving you some of their time. Seriously seek help. I mean, you. This is Sagan. He changed his name. He used to be something else, like vegan something. He hates me. This guy hates me so much.
Is he part of the mob machine?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. There is a mob that actually. So the thing with mobs, nobody knows, but they always have a leader. A mob is never organic. Every mob has a leader, including the Salem witch trials. The Salem witch trials were not an organic mob. People don't know this. Somebody wrote a book about the Salem witch trials, and he showed that it was completely orchestrated by. It was actually a conspiracy. It was literally a conspiracy to just steal land. It was like it was two clans in the town. Anyway, it's really technical. I mean, there's nothing. Well, let's see what he says. It's literally like he's trying to bait leftists to argue with him. I'm a leftist. Give me a study that proves smoking has health benefits. Right, because one of my claims is smoking has many health benefits, therefore should be recommended. That message might violate Discord TOS since health misinformation, so you better remove the smoking part. What do you mean? I cannot debate? Any claim I make? Let me say, look at these guys.
I mean,
He's probably running to report me. Yeah, what
no,
do you want to say?
smoking, the smoke itself does not have
Yes,
uh,
it does. Absolutely.
overall is harmful
Uh,
to your health, but
incorrect.
nicotine
No,
can be uh,
incorrect.
beneficial to your health.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Absolutely incorrect. Smoking has many, let's say, might.
But Mr.
Smoking.
Slave, you have
Yeah.
to understand. You have to ask yourself which component of smoking gives you the health benefits.
Yes, we can debate it if you want.
Yes,
The smoke is the most important part.
right. But what component of that smoke? It's the
What?
nicotine.
No, no, no. Incorrect. No, the nicotine is insignificant. The smoke itself is very healthy.
So I could burn a piece of meat on my
Yes,
pan and inhale the smoke, and that would be very healthy for me.
yes, extremely healthy. Absolutely. Let me ask him if he's happy now. Is it good now? He's probably already reported us. All right, but so what's going on here? Let's see. Uh, that's the response. That's the response. Very responsive of them. Are you religious? Isn't that ad hominem? Why are these people always going for the ad hominems? What are the benefits to smoking in your mind? VC now. No, not typing debater. I am not a typing debater. Am I religious? What does that even? That's a good idea. I mean, there's a YouTuber, ex-YouTuber, who came up with the idea that religions are a meme and have many benefits, especially for procreation. It's always the religious people that have the children. It's always the atheists that don't have children. So genetically, so evolutionarily, so
What about the amoral egoists? Do they have the children?
yeah, amoral egoists, yeah, yeah, because nature designed children to be really cute. We really love children. Children are they giggle and they love you, and I mean it's children are terrific. So children are a guilty pleasure. I mean they're a complete waste of time, but it's a pleasure. It's like women. It's like sex. It's a complete waste of time, but it's incredible pleasure.
Sex has many health benefits, actually.
Yeah, it's good exercise. I agree.
Endorphins, dopamine,
Yeah,
cardiovascular health.
yeah, yeah. I remember one time my heart rate was through the roof. It was incredible. Yeah. Yes. So he's asking, "Are you religious?" Wait, how do I respond to the "Are you religious?" But I don't think anyone is biting this morning. So me and you are going to have a discussion, which is we might as well. I mean,
Well, we can talk about Alex and the woke mind virus.
absolutely.
Talk about Malik. Uh, she herself, in her own words, says she's brain damaged.
Yes. Uh, yeah.
Sarah, in her own words, says that she would treat me as she would treat her own children. So, by definition, she's a child abuser.
Yes.
Alex himself said that
Wait,
when he
wait, hold on.
was
Wait, he
abused.
hold on. Wait, hold on. I think he wants to debate.
Does he want to debate?
Do you want to debate it? It's not science is a scam. It's science trademark is a scam. He missed the TM. Of course, science is not a scam. Science TM. Science TM is a scam. We aren't going to debate since you only do that in VC. Go to hell. What is Science TM? Oh, yeah, what is Science TM? I never heard of that. Yeah, who ever heard of Science TM? Pfft. Yeah, there's no scientific industrial complex. The scientific industrial complex. Jesus. Industrial. Um, yeah, it looks like for now no one is biting. Let's see how many people we got. Oh, 4 people watching. Okay, I think we can have a discussion, but let's maybe first read some comments. So, Oofy Doofy says, Slave, do you believe Oofy Doofy is law? I don't know what that means. And Woody Johnson actually is a terrific guy. He says, What's up, Slave? So he's with us. He's also pretty intelligent. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so what do we got? What are we going to discuss? So you're
Okay.
saying Alex.
Yeah.
You're asking me about Alex. So I mean, first I have to thank Alex for this incredible experience that he that because of him now I know the solution to the Fermi paradox, which, wait, what is that exactly? Never heard of it before. VC now or uh, or have a nice day or have a nice day. VC means voice chat. Anyway, so Alex introduced me to the mind virus, to this, well, it has a name. It's the zombie mob. You lose your mind. You become, it's built into, it's a feature built into the human brain. Evolution built it in. I think it's because of wars. In order to fight a war, you need to stop thinking rationally for yourself. Yeah. You just, but that's not it, because no, that cannot be it, because you are thinking rationally. It is rational to join the mob, because if you don't join the mob comes for you. So it is rational to join the mob. So how did this evolve? Well, it doesn't even need to evolve. I mean, it's part of the it's part of the rationality. I mean, you see it in real time. When you see a mob forming in real time, or when you see a mob in real time, you know you have to either join it or die. It's clear to you. So, you don't need evolution to explain it. It's already explained. It's built in. It's an emergent property of rationality, of self-optimization, of survival. Simple survival dictates that you will always join the mob and become a zombie.
But is Alex the mob boss?
Yes. So every mob, as far as I can tell, throughout history, every mob, every zombie mob was never organic. So let's take Germany's Hitler's Germany. That was not organic. I mean, Hitler was an extreme anti-Semite. Now you could argue Hitler was not really an anti-Semite, but he spoke like an extreme anti-Semite. I don't believe he was a real anti-Semite, simply because if you read Mein Kampf, he was not an anti-Semite in Mein Kampf.
So that's an interesting point that you bring up. So does that imply that Alex himself is not infected with the woke mind virus, but rather he is a manipulator?
Hmm. It's a good question. The problem is that there is no virus. It's just survival. So I mean, at any point, anyone can exploit this mechanism. At any point, anyone can exploit this mechanism. So can you? So it's an instinct. So you do it instinctively because it's part of your part of your optimization. It's part of your rationality. It's like saying, when I ask you what is 1 + 1, you say 2. Are you a manipulator? No, you really believe it. Wait, is that rationality? Well, rationality means you optimize. Wait, why do you say it's 2? Because you want to perform the ritual. There is a ritual that humans perform. It's called the 1 + 1 = 2 ritual. If you don't follow this ritual, you will suffer the consequences. Right? There's a human mob that says 1 + 1 = 2, and if you refuse to perform this ritual, they will come after you. And Alex did that. He used to come after me with the 1 + 1 = 2 ritual. How dare you not perform the ritual?
Well, all jokes aside, there
Wait, I'm not
actually,
joking.
I know you're not joking, but I kind of am joking. But all jokes aside, there is some truth to this idea. So if you look at zebras and the fact that they have stripes, a lot of that is to disguise themselves among the pack. Okay, and there are studies that show if you paint a red blot or a dot on the backside of a zebra, immediately that one will be singled out from the pack and immediately killed by the lions. So there is a survivalistic mechanism by which animals will leverage the woke mind virus in order to survive.
I don't know if that's good evidence, but wait a minute, wait a minute. I heard like the noise. Oh, look at this. This is Ask Yourself himself, the server owner. Yeah, once people realize you're not serious, yeah, he hates me. He doesn't want anyone to debate me. On his server, he doesn't want anyone to debate. That's why he changed my name to Human Holocaust Agnostic Dumb, so that no one will debate me. Everyone thinks, yeah, yeah. He admitted that's the reason he did it.
Parentheses dumb.
He because my first interaction with him, I wiped the floor with his face and his master. He has a what's all that noise? What's going
Somebody
on?
is messaging you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that out. So our server is that's my server. So my server is being spammed right now. Well,
Yes,
that's a good day. On
yes.
any day that my server is being spammed. All right, we have responses here. I'm sorry. Let's see. I can't right now, but I'm down some other time if the other still stands. Okay. 11 p.m. tonight. I'll just say I debate at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and when else? 11 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time daily. And that's it. There's nothing else. Okay, so we can continue our discussion. Um, Look, about the zebras, I need to mute this guy. Let me stop sharing. Let me share something else for a second. Let me share. I'll share my website, debate topics. I'll share this so that I can go mute this guy. Um, Fascinating. It's interesting that Discord itself doesn't offer me to mute this guy or ban this guy.
There is an option in Discord. You would simply have to go to that individual poster and ban him, not the server itself.
No, I'm saying, why can't Discord notice that this guy is spamming and just throttle him down until he stops? Let me see. So, member since March 7th. So he's just 3 days old. So he just created this. He keeps getting reported and he recreates it and he attacks again. I don't see. Oh, view profile. User info. I don't see a place. Maybe here. Oh, block. Block.
Block.
Done. Now we need to go clean up. Cleanup operation. Cleanup crew.
Cleanup operation.
uh oh, so once I blocked him, all his messages have disappeared. That's
Yes.
good. That is a good day. And good day to you too, sir. I do want to react to Ask Yourself. So hold on. Let me reshare this tab again. So let's talk to him. So he says, yeah, once people realize you're not serious about anything. Yeah, I'm not serious about anything, of course. Nobody wants to debate. Most of us are here because we're interested in philosophy. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm a dummy dum dum. Yeah, I know. I don't know what philosophy is. Something keeps pinging. Again I'm being attacked. Fascinating. Absolutely. What? It's like, why would he do this? So he says, this is just what happens with Slave. He comes in and says stupid shit. So initially people want to debate him. Then they gradually realize he doesn't actually have any positions. He just wants attention. And people lose interest in debate.
Ah, this is what Alex was claiming.
Yes. And he's friends with Alex. And he actually posted Alex's video calling me out as if I seek attention. All right, we're gonna just have to ignore the spammer. There's nothing I can do about that. And he's gonna just keep spamming. That's fine. Now I keep inviting Ask Yourself to debate me, and he keeps running away. So I guess what I'm gonna invite him again. Um, I don't know. Like, what's the point? I mean, you see that he's just personally attacking me nonstop. What's the point of trying? And he claims, you see, he claims the moral high ground. Oh, he just wants philosophy, and I just want attention. Yeah, of course. I don't want to debate any. Yeah. Anyway, it's hopeless with this guy. Yeah. So um, about mob leaders. Oh my God, what do I do with this? With the noise? Maybe I can mute. Maybe I can mute. Can I mute? No, there's no option to mute
Try
this
to
page.
right click the picture and
Right
see.
click the picture.
Yeah, mute server.
Mark is red
Mute,
and
mute server.
oh, mute server. Oh, good for 1 hour. That's perfect. Good
Good.
enough. Echo chamber. Okay. Anyway, if you have I just muted the server. Why is it still making noise?
There is another direct message that you have to mute from the person himself.
um, block. Mute for 1 hour. Jesus Christ! I've never had this in my life. This is so funny.
The mob is
The
attacking.
mob. It's like, yeah, fascinating. I mean, these are zombies. I mean, w- these are just zombies. What other explanation do you have for this behavior?
They have activated the survival mechanism known as the woke mind virus.
I
There's
I I renamed it. I think it should just be the mob zombie, the zombie mob virus.
zombie mob virus. They've activated the mechanism for survival.
Again, somebody's spamming. Jesus. Oh, terrible people. They're probably watching us right now on YouTube. They're watching us, so they know everything we're doing. This is so fascinating.
It's
Absolute. It's
ah,
fascinating. Yeah. All right. So, look, the woke mind virus is the zombie mob virus. Oh, Jesus. These people are incorrigible, incorrigible. How do you spell incorrigible?
incorrigible.
Incorrigible, I-N,
Yes,
incorrigible.
yes.
Must be an oh, it's a different word. Incorrigible of a person their tendencies not able to be corrected, improved, or reformed. Wait, I didn't show it. Incorrigible.
Yeah.
So there is the word corrigible, incorrigible. So there must be corrigible as well.
Yes.
So corrigible, capable of being corrected. Oh, so it's from the word correct, rectified, or reformed. What's the etymology? Where does it? What's the root of corrigible? Cor
I
must be
believe it's core.
core, but there's a double R. It's like similar to correct. It's like
Yes.
correctable. Never mind. It is obviously, I mean, obviously language, you can see the evolution of language. Anyway, so going back to the woke mind virus, it's not a good idea to call it the woke mind virus because the people who are woke, who are dedicated to wokeness, they find it offensive and they think that you're trying to offend them. um so maybe I'll add, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Not trying to offend anyone. Please read on. Is the zombie mob virus and is just the latest iteration of the Salem witch trials zombie mob virus and is the great filter. Okay, so Alex, when Alex decides, well, like anything else in life, no one decides anything. So Alex didn't decide to create a mob. You cannot decide to create a mob. A mob forms. It's like no one decides to create a mythology, as the Dark Horse podcast Dr. Brett Weinstein says. No one creates a myth. A myth is created around stories that evolve. A myth evolves. No one created a myth. Myths evolve, and and you could say myths evolve and parasitize and metastasize from what?
Uh, I was going to say correct you and say metastasize.
Yeah, metastasize from a story. It starts with a story, and someone, and even a story. You might start with this. You might take an existing story, make a small modification. Everyone makes a small modification. No one thinks much of their modification, and this becomes a myth. This becomes a religion, and this can become, a mega religion, a planetary religion. So the same thing goes for any decision you make. So Alex never made a decision. It's like when a person decides to marry a girl. There's no decision. It's step by step. Well, first he sees her and she's hot, and then she agrees to go out, and then she's great in bed, and then they have so much chemistry, and then at no point, right? Don't There's at one point there's a culmination, and he realizes, oh, and he starts imagining, oh, wait a minute, I can marry her, have children with her. Oh, I can see the future. But there's no. But he didn't. Well, maybe men see this right away. Maybe women sometimes. Maybe that's an exception to the rule. But in general, I don't think people make decisions. It's like it's it's like if you analyze your own, if you meditate on your own thought process, how you think about things, there's never really a aha moment. It doesn't exist. It's all, sometimes you look back and you cannot find the aha moment because it really never happened because it's a random process. It's an evolution. Even the thoughts are an evolutionary process. Even the way we think, it's very fast evolution, but it is a form of evolution. You think about nonsense. Oh, this doesn't work. You're not even aware of running multiple simulations one after the other. Maybe like this. Maybe like you're trying to come up with a coherent thought to explain something. So Alex, when coming up with the idea that he's going to create a mob around me, calling me whatever, he didn't plan it. He didn't have a plan. He didn't wake up one morning and said, today, right? That wouldn't even make any sense. I mean, where did that thought come from? The thought had that, right? Doesn't make any sense. So thoughts occur randomly, but those are micro thoughts. Those are not actual thoughts. Those are not coherent ideas. So there's all the time the brain is spiking all over the place, and it's just random. Just the brain is always trying to create random ideas, just like there are mutations in genetics. So 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 but what happens is, as Alex, as he was coming up, as the mob idea was forming in his head, he did a micro adjustment to what he was saying, and he saw that it was getting results. He saw that he was getting a micro reaction from me. He saw that he was getting a micro reaction from the audience. So he quickly corrected and amplified. Without, at this point, he wasn't even aware. At no point does he become aware of the fact that he is creating a mob that is unstoppable and could turn against him just as much. But at every point, he was just optimizing. Right? He just wants views. He just wants attention. He just wants the audience. Wait, are you with me? Are you here?
I am listening, Mr. Slave.
That's perfect. Wait, we need to read some comments. I mean, you know where I'm going with this. Right? I'm not
I
saying
know what you're going with this.
you do know.
I do know where you're going, but I am
Yeah.
in a specific topic that
Wait,
I'm hoping that you could discuss.
but let's read some comments first. It's not fair to the people in the comments. So, Wooty Johnson says, over for Oakfee Doofy sells. Is Oofy Doofy is the law, then Oofy Doofy should use it and stop complaining. I have no idea what's going on. Do you have any idea?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. Woody Johnson further says, Alex in the forefront to solving the biggest question of our lives, the Fermi paradox, over for scientifics. I have an idea what he's saying, but it's not coherent, but I have an idea where he's going. Woody Johnson, look at this. Look at what? Frankencell must be exposed. He has gone too far. His so called game is ball. I don't know what's going on. Woody says, "LL slaves reaction to most of us are interested in philosophy." Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're interested. I'm not. I'm like, wow. Of course, I'm not interested in philosophy. I'm interested in. Okay, I don't know. Then what? I'm just interested in attention. Yeah, I know. That's all I care for. Over for Discord normies. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Nothing here. No one is biting. Um, Wait, but this guy's having a conversation with these two are having a conversation, which is maybe about me. Let's see. So Sagan says, Alex O'Connor, why is time? I don't know. Yeah, the cringe level is very high. His plan, is that really a plan? Um,
Look at the comment. If that really is the plan, he is a massive loser.
no, I don't think he's talking about me.
Yeah, he's.
What, this is about me?
Is it not about the slave?
Well, they switched her to Alex O'Connor. Why it's time to go vegan? I'll pretend. So he says, yeah, the cringe level is very high. The debate dodging. Right, I'm not a debate dodger. He's a debate dodger. Doesn't deserve. Anyway, then his plan. They're talking about the same guy. If that really is the plan, he's a massive loser. Definitely. In your comment, what claims did you want to debate? Yeah, they're not talking about me. Hiding from people who can challenge him. Okay, he was literally all right. They don't want. Okay, fine. That's not about me. Um, okay, going back to Alex, to analyzing Alex. Of course, Alex is just a placeholder for anyone that ends up leading
The
a
mob.
a mob, right? So no one ever comes up with a coherent idea all at once. That never happens. So the way it happens is like evolution with micro adjustments. You make a micro, it's like the scientific process. You make an adjustment to your theory, you see the results. Let me switch away to my page. You switch, we're discussing this. So like evolution tries the evolution is a little bit more powerful, you could claim, maybe because it runs different tests simultaneously in parallel. You could claim that the brain runs in parallel as well. I mean, the brain does run in parallel, of course, and ideas do happen simultaneously in the brain randomly. Random neurons are always firing, and mobs, zombie mobs of neurons firing happen all the time in the brain. That is what thought is. It's incredible, but you could really, when you learn how a neuron behaves, it reminds you so much of how a person behaves. It's really fascinating.
How one question, Mr. Slave. How did Alex describe himself in his own words?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Why? I don't remember. A
uh,
loser. He said he was a loser.
he was a loser.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, anyway, the Salem witch trial. So I heard a podcast, an interview with someone who wrote a book about the Salem witch trials. He studied the Salem witch trials, and he said that it was not organic. It was two clans that were always fought each other. a second. We have Discord. Anything interesting or just more noise? Echo chamber, I think, is an actual thing, but I don't see that they mention us anywhere. Oh, here, general. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I didn't share it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so you could argue that okay. Anyway, the point is that Alex didn't plan, and at no point did he become aware that he's leading a mob. And he could claim, "Well, I'm not leading a mob. Like, what are you talking about?" Because at no point did he decide to lead a mob. He could claim he's not leading a mob, that he's just cleansing the earth of evil, namely me, because I am morally. Dude, it's totally repugnant, dude. So. Alex, why 18? Dude, I can't believe you're asking that, dude. It's morally repugnant, dude. Okay.
Mr. Slade, are you or are you not a pedo?
Wait, Mrs. Slave, I need to know this. Wait, Mrs. Slave. Wait, Mrs. Slave. Yeah. So, so the way it happened, so this guy, he ran the analysis, he went through the actual evidence of the Salem witch trial. So it was two clans that were vying for basically like financial control or real estate control of the town. It was the sheriff, the chief magistrate, I think that's like the prosecutor, and maybe the judge. I don't know who was in. It was a conspiracy. It was a literal conspiracy, as far as a conspiracy could ever be defined. Anyway, and their intention was to take the land from the leader of the opposing clan, and like all good ideas or bad ideas, or I mean, in this case, it was good for them. We don't know exactly how they cross paths with this virus, but it emerged in their thoughts, just like it emerged in Alex's thoughts. Now, Alex didn't end up hanging anyone in this case, but it could end up. It could end up under different economic conditions, and if the conditions are ripe, it could end up that you hang people and burn them alive. That's the direction. Now you could argue in every family you could have a group dynamic called the black sheep dynamic, where one child in the family is defined as the black sheep, and everyone comes after that child. It's usually the normal child. I read this in a book called Toxic Parents, a very old book. So it's a similar dynamic. Now what you say about the zebras, I don't know if that sounds like, I mean, they're just worried. Like they, as soon as you're abnormal, right? It's abnormal. It's a behavior that it's a pattern recognition. So all animals basically are pattern recognizers. So as soon as a pattern is recognized that you're abnormal, everyone becomes worried of infection, and they move away from you. Naturally, that's an evolutionary advantage trait. So you put a dot on a zebra, everyone moves away. That sounds like an evolutionary advantage feature. So that's not a problem. And then because it is alone, it's easy picking for the lions, because The way zebras defend themselves is with mob behavior. They run amok, but all at once, just like in the movie Lion King. So, Lion King was killed by a mob of wild, what do you call them? Moose or cows?
Stampede.
A stampede, exactly. So the power of the group to defend themselves in a stampede against many fierce enemies, including alligators. I mean, a stampede is dangerous for an alligator because it could break the alligator's teeth if a bunch of them run through. I mean, even an alligator would think twice to attack a stampede running
Right.
through.
So the point is, humans are also pack or herd mammals. We did not evolve with sharp claws or teeth that would allow us to be solitary predators like the North American grizzly bear that often hunts alone and lives alone and operates alone. Instead, human beings evolved to associate with the pack, so they have evolved the same survivalistic mechanisms as the zebra, which is stay close to the pack, do not stand out, otherwise, you will be attacked by the mob, the zombie.
No, not by the mob. No, otherwise you'll be attacked by the lions.
Another mob, another enemy.
No, don't stand out. Don't be different because then the mob has no alternative but to disassociate from you because they don't know they're afraid of infection. Like, what's that dot you have on you? I don't know. I don't know. Stay away. So when you're different, people disassociate. Um, Now, why do they come after you? What's the Why would the mob want to come after you? What's the advantage of coming after the guy that stands out? Well, he's presented as the enemy. Like Hitler presented the Jews as a mortal danger. And everybody, I mean, he latched onto anti-Semitism. Now, there's always been anti-Semitism. That was nothing new. And there was always pogroms. Like, Jews were always massacred every now and again. It was always promulgated by a leader. It was always all these mobs always had a leader. It was always the kings and it was always the Hitlers. They used the Jews to deflect. But what evolutionary mechanism is this latching onto? I mean, why? So let's go to the Salem witch trial. So you accuse someone of being a witch. That's basically spreading an infection, right? They didn't have an infection theory. They just knew it's dangerous. It could infect. Everyone knows that even that ideas can infect and illnesses can infect. So they knew about if you come in contact with someone that has abnormality, you could become infected. This is a natural revulsion that evolution built into all creatures. If it's different, then it's repulsive. Then you stay away. That's why children in kindergarten, as soon as one child is different, they excommunicate the child. That's instinctive. So there is a Darwinistic mechanism that evolution built, that the evolution evolved
I think it all boils down to the principle of survival, right? So evolution allows us to survive the best in the environment that we are placed in. Okay,
Hmm.
so I don't think it is correct to say that human beings will even follow the majority, right? So this idea that human beings will simply go with the mob by default because they don't want to stand out, that could be true, but there are also cases in which the entity in power is the minority. However, that entity has great power. And so the most of the people will align themselves with the powerful entity because it promotes their own individual survival. So let me give you an example. You often hear the term of the silent majority. So think of the US administration, right? Many people may not agree with the policies of this administration. In fact, that might be the majority of people, but you don't see people forming an uprising. Why? Because that would put at risk their own individual survival. In other words, the individual does not always follow the mob in the sense of the majority. The individual always promotes and prioritizes his or her own sense of survival.
Right. I didn't say, and I never thought of it in terms of majority. It's just at any point you run an optimization algorithm. So right now there is a mob, right? The Alex mob against me, of course, was not a majority of a population. It was just at this point in time, everyone in the mob had to decide, am I going with or against the target? With or against the mob? What? So everyone has an incentive at every given point in time. Everyone runs the algorithm and says, if I go against the mob might turn against me. If I go with the mob, well, the mob is not going to turn against me, and I might benefit somehow from the spoils of the attack. I might become a more upstanding member of the community of the mob. The mob will appreciate me. The community will appreciate me because I saluted. I was obedient. I will be appreciated for my obedience. So at every single point in time, a person runs the analysis. And the, the optimization algorithm tells them follow the mob. You saw it with Q2. As soon as Q2 winked in the wrong direction, Alex immediately came after him. Wait, Q2, are you also like Mr. Slave? So Q2 had to rethink his strategy. Do I want to take fire? And he took fire. And so how did it happen that the mob came after me? Because the mob came after, I saw the mob coming after Hormaxer. And I didn't like that. I saw that Greg kept attacking Hormaxer, calling him Pedomaxer. And I kept asking him to stop. And I kept asking Alex to tell him to stop. And then we were having a discussion on Ashley's stream. What did Hormaxer do wrong that he's getting attacked? And that's when the mob turned against me. So, and then the mob turned against Q2 a little bit, not that much as far as like, because has Q2 has built-in defenses from the mob because he's black, so they are a little bit reluctant to attack a minority. So he has built-in defenses. I don't have any defenses. I am completely defenseless.
You
So,
are protected by a sock on your head.
true. I have a minimal defense, yes. Now, Hormaxer also didn't have any defenses, even though he bangs traps. So you could claim, you know what a trap is?
I do not.
Trap is a trans that looks like a woman, like a trans that looks like that is a 10, a legitimate 10, except it has a PP.
It has a peen.
Yes, and it uses it. Anyway, so that's a trap. A trap is an attractive trans. But if you didn't see the PP, you would say that's drop dead gorgeous chick. That's a trap. So Hormax bangs traps, so you could argue, well, that's his defense, because you're not supposed to. Yeah, but he only bangs them. He's not a trap. If he were trans himself, that would give him defense. So Karen, my co-producer, my co-host that I haven't seen in a very long time, so she had this defense. But she didn't use it to take fire. She wasn't involved so much, but she didn't take fire. She didn't. I think maybe a little bit, but not. Anyway, so but what's incredible is that I can trace my own thought process, and I had to make the decision: am I going to defend Hormaxer? Because I knew that the more I defend him, the more I'm taking a chance that the mob will turn against me, and it did. So this is absolutely fascinating. Yeah, we need to continue talking about the mechanics of the zombie mob. It's really a fascinating phenomenon. Absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
I
All right.
actually think it's quite
Mm-hmm.
simple. I think it all boils down to, like I said, it is survival. So whether survival means following the majority, whether it means following the party that's in greatest power. In this case, Alex and whoever you want to include in the cohort of Alex, has the power over the community because they can excommunicate those that they deem inappropriate for the community. Therefore, it is of sound reasoning to align with the power that will allow them to exist in the community. So it is a survival mechanism. It all boils down to surviving and continuing to exist within the community.
But okay, here's we're gonna end soon because I only want to dedicate I decided we'll do 1 hour morning, 1 hour at night. More than that, I don't have the budgetary time for this. So here's a question: what is the reason um, for a mob to form? Why would evolution allow for a mob? Why did evolution build this mechanism? Or did evolution? Is it an evolutionary feature or is it an emergent property of another feature? Why do why is this mechanism allowed to persist or promoted, whichever? Why does this mechanism exist? Why does this mechanism or slash emergent property, emergent feature, emergent behavior? Why does this emergent behavior exist? What is the root cause that a Hitler can come and tap onto this? And they're specialists. The Hitlers, well, Hitler was a normal guy, by the way, but slowly he rose into prominence and slowly he realized, with micro adjustments, he realized how to become a demagogue. It's like a myth. No one creates a myth. Hitler didn't create himself. Hitler micro adjusted and optimized at every step to become Hitler. But so evolution created Hitler. So the question is, why did evolution create Hitler? What's the advantage of this mechanism, of this zombie mob? What is the evolutionary advantage of the zombie mob? I mean, oh, here it is. So the answer is it's an emergent feature of the individual's optimization. That's it. So it's because the individual always prefers to join the mob. So from its inception, from the infinitesimal micro mob stage, each individual has a micro advantage to join the mob. There it is. It's an emergent property. There is no advantage to have a zombie mob. There's no advantage for the species. The species doesn't have an advantage creating zombie mobs. But the individual has an advantage following, and that's not even evolutionary, that's just rational. So with a simple because of a simple that's the problem. That's the power. That's why it has to bring down a civilization. It's too powerful. It's just an optimization. It's just mathematics. And you cannot defy the laws of mathematics. Not in the long run. In the long run, this virus will win. That's why there's no aliens. Anyway, let's stop here. At least we answered that question.
One final reaction, Mr. Slave.
Yes.
In their own minds, in their own words, what did Tomato, Malik, and Alex say or claim or think about themselves?
I you know what? Look, Malik, she's just trying to survive. She's sick. She has actual issues and she needs money for surgery. She has like stomach issues besides brain damage. So she's just trying to survive. So she put on an act again because of micro adjustments. She tested out and she was, and she discovered that she can pretend to be mean. It was all fake, of course. And, for views, she can pretend to be mean for views and for drama, for views, for money, for survival, because she has no alternative. So that's her. Sarah. I don't know enough about Sarah, but I mean, I don't know. I think she's because I asked her multiple times to please stop, and she refused. No, and Ashley asked her, and she said no. So, I don't know. And Sarah was attacked by chronic undead and started crying because he said that she's not a good mom or something. I don't remember. She broke down. He tore her apart. Um, well, she was drunk. These women, Ashley and Sarah, are very strange. That they are parasitizing on the manosphere. It's like they discovered that they can exploit because this manosphere, the Alex sphere. It's not the manosphere. It's the Alex sphere. they discover that they can gain an advantage being participants in the Alex sphere. As such, they have to be obedient to any dictate coming from Alex. So that's their simple optimization. They're just trying to grow their channels, and Mr. Slave is it can be attacked. It's all right. It's okay to attack Mr. Slave because it's for a good cause. They need to promote their channels, which for them is perfectly okay because it's self optimization. They're just looking out for their best. That's rational. And Sarah is basically the same. I they both are dependent on Alex at this point. They're not independent at this point. They feel weak without him. They feel dependent, so they abide by his dictate. And Alex felt it and used them. They led the charge. Alex led it, and Sarah and Ashley. At one point, Ashley didn't follow, but then she corrected and and followed the Alex dictate and joined the mob because Ashley herself was accused by Caduceus before that of being a pedo. So maybe that made her a little bit reluctant to come after me. But then she realized, hey, what the heck? There's nothing. She can lose nothing from attacking me. She can only gain. So there you go. So that's what they did. Everyone was just being rational. In their own minds, everyone always gives rationalization for their behavior. I mean, I give rationalization for my behavior. I'm sure Hitler felt perfectly all right. He never took anything back. He never said he made any mistakes. He was completely devoted to the motherland, to the nation. So, everybody feels justified. I don't think anyone ever feel. Maybe on death row, people say, "Yeah, I made a mistake," or maybe also in jail. Sometimes people say, "Yeah, I made a mistake." Yeah, sometimes people say, "Yeah, I made a mistake" after they're caught. I don't think anyone says, "Yeah, I made a mistake" before they're caught. Like even what's the head honcho of the left that gives them all the money? Who gives all the money to the left? Are you there? You're there.
Uh, s- Sorry, say that one more time.
Soros, George Soros. You know, George Soros is one of the leaders of the left, isn't it? Especially in terms of money. But you know, he is an admitted actual Nazi. I mean, he was a Nazi when he was 14. He said this on tape. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever seen his how he tells the story of how he was an actual Nazi?
I have not.
Let's do that. Let's play that, and with that, we'll end this stream. So let me open up a YouTube, and here we go. So, Soros admits to being a Nazi. George Soros admits and speaks highly of being a Nazi collaborator and sympathizer. But there it is. This is the interview. Fascinating.
management. When he moves money, the markets react. When he speaks, the world listens. He's also made an impact through a network of foundations dedicated to global economic and political improvement. He is the chairman of Source Fund Management and the author of The Crisis of Global Capitalism, of a series of conferences, how he sees the future. The origin of the book, the philosophical base of society, in about the economic crisis we face as we
developed as a student by force. The counterpost of the truth are we are society, the Nazi regime and the communist regime. I was obviously in favor of open society, and I set up a foundation, help open up because of thinking. And I ended up setting up foundations, I think, in people, open society. Don't have a definition that the people in the then, as I expected, because society that and to realize by totalitarian to hold
serious danger. I mean, in quote runaway capitalism, and then threaten Latin America.
Where is it that he was?
It's the recognition that thing that I know about, and I'm on pretty society where it doesn't properly belong.
Well, you once
it is, but financial markets can lead you quite far, and tends towards boom, exacerbated the reshape. I will be the first one to admit that then gives a signal that giving them more money. I also have a lot of to pay the debt. So they are traveled around. This is actually and is liable to people make in demand for money for investments, but on margins.
Oh, this might not be the interview.
Life. Have you achieved yet what you most want to be remembered for?
I think so, and I think so, and I think
this is not it. Let's go.
Okay. Anyway, the conclusion is that Mr. Slave believes that from an evolutionary perspective, human beings are incentivized to be egoists rather than utilitarian.
It's not human beings. It's amoebas. It's evolution. Evolution forces every creature to optimize their self benefit. Otherwise, the guy next to you is gonna optimize better than you, and will survive better than you, and his children he'll have more children than you, and he'll take over the genome. So evolution forces, I think it has to do with evolution. Evolution forces this optimization. This not even for amoebas. This is true for viruses as well. Viruses are optimizing for self-benefit.
Well, here's one thing that you should consider, Mr. Slave, is that oftentimes the utilitarian benefit is ultimately of benefit to the individual. And
What do you
human
mean?
beings also, I will explain, but human beings evolved to develop what's called a prefrontal cortex or a neocortex. Now, this area of the brain is responsible for projecting many different permutations of the future. So it's basically like a simulation generator. So this is why human beings are able to partake in things that delay gratification, whereas animals cannot. Think of the classic marshmallow experiment. So what I'm suggesting is that sometimes there is a benefit to the individual by partaking in a utilitarian effort. So, for example, you may not benefit today from.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to understand. I mean, what question are you trying to answer right now?
I'm trying to offer an argument against your claim that all beings are inherently egoistic.
Wait. So you have two amoebas. One is more egoistic than the other. So do you see why the more egoistic one has better chances of survival?
Right, but human beings are not amoebas.
Wait. Okay. I mean, okay, let's take two human beings. One is more egoistic than the other. Okay, so you say that it's a disadvantage to be egoistic?
Not necessarily. What I am suggesting is that there is more complexity than simple egoism, right? Especially in a complex human society, there are many other factors, and especially considering that human beings understand and have the ability to predict the future, right? That's
Okay,
the
fine. All you're saying is that the equation for optimization for human beings has more variables, is more complex, but they need to run the same algorithm, the same Lagrangian. They need to optimize their well-being through a complex environment.
yeah,
So do amoebas, but they still are egoist. All creatures must be egoistic
yeah.
because of evolution. The only way you can evolve to not be egoistic is if there's no demographic pressure. But that very quickly, uh, all resources quickly run out, and there is quickly a demographic pressure, which forces survival of the fittest. So that's it. So I think evolution always forces all creatures to be egoistic. So all aliens will be egoistic. So all aliens will suffer from the mob zombie virus. And you
Right.
don't. Mhm.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You don't need, it's like the God hypothesis. You don't need the God hypothesis to explain the universe. So God is extraneous. You don't need anything more than rationality to explain all behaviors. You don't need more than evolution to explain rationality.
Okay, so let me give a very close example, a very near and dear example. Let's say that I am a scam artist and I am selling courses that purport to teach people how to get a wife in the span of maybe 1 or 2 years, even though that I know that this is not likely, probably has a 5% success rate, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, if I decide to sell these courses over the course of my lifetime, I could become a multi-millionaire and therefore prioritize my own survival, right? So this would be an egoistic perspective, correct?
You can use Madoff as an
Right.
example. I mean, he felt he lived a life of lies. And when he was in jail, he said this is the first time he's happy
Right.
because he said finally he doesn't need to live a life of lies. It's so relaxing.
So my question is, why are there so many why are the majority of human beings, in fact, not going out there and performing scams when it's very evident that people can become wealthy, potentially even overnight, if they decided to?
Because they see how Madoff ended. They
No,
see the end.
Madoff performed a crime. Now, there are scams that aren't crimes. You could profess to be an expert in something and sell courses like I
People
explained.
know that society will punish them. They know it's not optimal. Look, they play a very delicate game, but they always stay on the right side of history. They know it's dangerous to cross. But that's just optimization. I mean, that's just egoism. It's egoistic not to murder. If you murder, you'll go to jail. So, egoistically, you don't murder. For egoistic reasons, you don't murder. For egoistic reasons, you don't rape. For egoistic reasons, you don't abuse children. It's all egoistic. For egoistic reasons, you say 1 + 1 = 2.
So, Mr. Slave, what do you think about the idea of virtues? Can human beings have
No. We gotta stop. I gotta get back to work. Let's continue at 11 p.m.
one final concluding thought?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The woke mind virus slash the zombie mob virus
Mm-hmm.
will be the sad solution to the Fermi paradox. Okay, that's it.
Wait, I missed one word. What did you say? Were we the sad
Will
solution?
be the sad solution to the
Is
Fermi.
this is a sad? I would say I would frame it as is a sad solution to the Fermi paradox.
I will rephrase that. Is a sad solution to the Fermi paradox.
Yes, it is a sad solution to the Fermi paradox. But
Another concluding thought. Every mob has a boss, and in the case of the Alex sphere, the mob boss is Alex.
yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Now, it's important to realize how the mob virus works, because once you realize it, you know what there's no antidote for it, but at least you know how to deal with it. You know the mechanism. Anyway, you know how to deal with it. So the way to deal with it and the way to deal with the Fermi paradox in order to survive is you have to get away. You have to run away. But not run away that they will chase you. You just have to, like Homer Simpson, you just have to step back into the bushes and make yourself like a leaf and disappear. You just have to nonchalantly disappear. Yeah, where did that guy go? Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, just disappear. Because if you run away, they'll chase you. It's like a bear. If you run away from a bear, it will chase you. But if you nonchalantly you're invisible in plain sight, he's going to ignore you. He's not he's used to animals running away. Same thing with elephants. An elephant will try to ram you, but if you just stand still, even if you're a mouse, it's going to stop because it's not used to that. um with the zombie mob virus, if you run away, they'll chase you. But if you just disappear, they're not going to chase you. If you just need to disappear. So the universe is filled with rogue micro societies that have run away from their respective mob civilizations and are always and forever in hiding because they know that it can only, in the long run, it will lead to their demise if they are visible. And those that don't keep quiet get destroyed, and those that keep silent survive. So it's only the silent ones that survived. So we can never find them. It's only the ones that are able to hide so well that we cannot find them that survive. So we can never find them. We can never find aliens. They could be here on Earth with us, hiding in plain sight. They have no reason to be here. They might drop by, to check it out, but they would never make contact. They would never leave a trace. They would never leave a hint of a trace, because they would endanger themselves. Why would they do that? They don't need to. As much as they want, they really want to. I mean, they wish they could, but they know it's too dangerous. The mob will come after them. Not today, not tomorrow, but mathematically, inevitably, it must happen. And they will follow any trace they leave and will destroy them. And then the mob will destroy itself, of course. Anyway, that's it. All right. All right. Okay, let's read the leftover comments. So, Sasuke Uchiha. Good morning, Slave. Good morning, Sasuke. First time here. Never seen you before. And J-Rock. Good morning, Slave. Yeah, good morning, J-Rock. All right, guys. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. We lost Uncomfortable Truth. Unfortunately. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you. Wait, J-Rock. That was my other account. Haha. Which one? Sasuke? This is your other one? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day. And don't let the zombie mob detect you.